doing?
Good.
Good. Are these self-cut?
Yeah, man.
They're sick as hell.
I didn't realize you could fucking do that.
I knew we can start the episode here. Hello, boys. Hello, girls. Hello, non-binary pairs. I knew as soon as I cut these, I literally cut these like 2 or 3 days ago, that Christian was gonna bring up that I cut them because we've talked about it on the show before about how I cut them, and he goes, "I feel like whenever I cut them, I don't get these little danglies." Is that what you're gonna say?
Yes.
And I'm Josh, and I'm the cut ones.
Oh, I'm Rick.
And I'm Christian.
And we are the
Judgies.
back and holier than thou than ever. Erica's ready to whine about it, but you know what, Christian? Why don't you pour your beautiful wife some drinks? And Erica, why don't you get on that docket?
Get
Why don't you
right into it.
Jump up on that docket and spin.
Oh.
Spin on that docket.
Don't tell my wife
Why
to
don't you
spin
go
on the
absolutely
docket.
crazy town on that docket?
Jesus.
You got me sitting here in the corner pouring out drinks while I was fucking spinning on the docket.
So we've got a driver's test.
You're not gonna spill if I pour it all away, right?
Have I ever spilled anything ever on this show?
A lot.
On the
deets?
show?
The deets?
Ooh, we got deets to spill later.
Thank you, baby. We have a driver's test that got a little wet.
Oh,
A grocery store crime.
okay. Deport them, obviously. It's just instant gut reactions, folks.
Shut the fuck up, Josh.
Cancel this man.
Oh, I'm sorry. The guy tried to steal a bag of ice. I say, call ICE, and then punch the ICE officers. Get on with the docket. You paused too long.
I paused too long because I'm in shock that you would say something so vile. Anyway, grocery store crime. Texting a boyfriend goes wrong, and then we go to break. Maybe. Then my listener submitted story comes from somebody whose roommate puked on them.
Ooh.
And then we have a shitty man is being shitty to his wife.
Shocker.
And then a boyfriend has a revelation, a come to Jesus moment, if you will.
Oh, that wasn't in the Bible.
He came to Jesus. That's a freaking freak right there.
Let the record show, real quick, politics aside.
Okay.
Or aside with politics here. I was rocking an Abolish Ice shirt in 2020
Yeah.
Okay.
on the show.
Yeah. Poser.
And that's not a like, I'm holier than thou. It's not a come to Jesus moment.
It's coming for Jesus.
Yeah. I just want everyone
Are you pointing at him?
to because sometimes remember people used to think for whatever reason I was a conservative.
Yeah.
People
I
thought
get
I was
it.
like a Ben Shapiro fan.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like in the way you vote and the way you carry yourself and the way that you were kind of just lying about all that to try to get people back on your side.
Well, I did vote for Trump 3 times this past election, but I did it hoping that he wouldn't get elected.
Yeah.
I was sort of trying to like
Well, you're doing what we call in the cheating business getting just close enough. It's like you copy your friend's answers, but he can't get it all the way right. So when you're kind of like, well, Trump's gonna lose. Let's put a couple in there and make it look like a closer race, and then he won by 3 votes.
yeah, I was trying to do reverse psychology on the presidential election.
Okay.
They saw that Josh voted for Trump. They're like, we cannot have this guy in charge.
What were we talking about before? Anything important? Shorts, wine. Erica, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I had physical therapy today. She kicked my ass.
Friday the 13th.
I know.
It's gonna
And
be.
it's like been rainy, so the barometric pressure is all off, and my shoulder is fucked.
You got an old man shoulder, I
an
got old man knees.
Yeah, it's terrible. And there was a full moon last night.
Did that do anything to your shoulder, or just
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Freaks were
that,
out.
You know, it wasn't great. Anyways, I sit down in the lobby waiting for physical therapy to start, and this crotchety old man sits across from me, and his fucking hat had a guillotine on it that said "Feelin' French," and then his t-shirt was Bernie Sanders riding a T-Rex. And I was like, I fuck with this man.
That was crazy to see like a 70-year-old dude probably.
At least 70s.
Crotchety old man. You know his barometric pressure is off the charts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. His barometric pressure is so crazy. He was the horse that they tied upside down, slit their throat, and then put a gooseneck in. Yeah, that's how they first determined how many millimeters of mercury gets displaced by pressure.
Interesting.
I bet you didn't know that little
I
factoid.
didn't. You know, today is Fun Fact Friday.
It's also Friday the 13th.
Oh, scary. Editor, scary thunder noise. Also, I mean, it's kind of late for you to listeners, but our new podcast episode came out this week.
That's true. People
850 Judgies, call.
hate fucked it.
What?
Hate fucked to it.
What does that mean?
They got to, the episode was so good they dialed their ex to be like one last time for old crime's sake,
Oh.
and then they put on the show while they fucked.
Okay. I mean, honestly,
Interesting.
listeners do that. Pump those numbers up.
Every single
tuck that over
Thursday,
there?
of course. Judgies Not Advice Hour. If you're interested, 850-JUDGIES. Call and leave an advice. Also, keep writing stories here.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But we did, of course, we put the first episode out. People loved it. Nobody's had any complaints. And we already got a lot more voicemails. So keep sending them in. And
Hell yeah.
we're already getting repeats, which is expected, but a little embarrassing that after we posted the first episode where one of the questions was, how do you make friends as an adult? That the second voicemail we got was, hey, I'm just calling in. How do you make friends as an adult? And it's like, well, I really feel like we kind of touched base.
I think they're hoping to like maybe we got some advice after posting the episode to kind of come back with newer, better advice.
Listeners submitted not advice. Yeah. Well, we don't just talk about our other show on this podcast. We also podcast on this podcast. What that entails is us going on a lot of silly little stories, and sometimes Erica's the one bouncing on those stories.
Yeah. Today I fucked up. I peed my pants during my permit test.
I think that's the one time you're allowed to.
Yeah, you read that right. Well, there's no way in hell anyone in my personal life can know the story, but I have to share it somewhere. Oh, hello, Gray.
Little freak.
So I took my permit test online, which somehow made the situation worse. Before I started the test, they asked for access on my camera and microphone. Midway through the test, I realized how badly I need to go to the bathroom. I'd just come home from 7 hours at school, which I did not go to the bathroom at all. So it was one of those I need to pee moments. With a laptop in my hand, I started panicking. I stand up and speed walk in circles around my room, and then I see a message on my screen that read something along the lines of, "We are detecting too much movement on your camera." And then something about how that breaks the rules, and if I keep going, I'll be kicked out for cheating.
Hey, I'll say it. Technology's gone too far.
What kind of a permit is this? A sit in one place permit?
I mean, I guess you shouldn't really be moving around your car too much.
I mean,
For getting your driver's permit, you kind of want to sit still.
Did they specify driver's permit? Mm-hmm. So but you don't take that in the car. I guess I assume this is the written portion of the.
this is the permit test.
Yeah.
So this isn't
Yeah, but you got to
licensing.
show that. Like, we
You
don't
can
want
sit in
any
one spot.
ADHD freaks on the road out there.
I suppose.
You are an ADHD freak.
Inactive or whatever.
Womp womp.
You're in remission.
Underactive.
This-
Hyperactive. Whatever the one's not hyperactive.
So you just have ADD, not ADHD.
I think they call it all ADHD now, but there's a hyperactive one and then there's like a can't focus one.
Hypoactive.
I don't know what they call it.
Okay.
Hypo doesn't sound right.
Well, okay.
I know it's the opposite of hyper, but I'm just saying it doesn't sound right. I'm sorry. Don't. And now you're looking like you're mad at me. Oh my
I
god.
would never. This makes me panic even more, but I sit still to avoid getting kicked out. That was my mistake. The second I stopped moving my body gave up on me, and it started. And when it started, I couldn't stop. I immediately start awkwardly walking to the bathroom while trying to stop the pee, not activate the camera movement, and also look like nothing's going on because they can frickin' see me in my camera. I place my laptop on the counter and then sit on the toilet to pee with all the internal chaos. I forgot my microphone was on and cannot be turned off.
This is 1984.
That's when a new message popped up about how my microphone is making too much noise and I might get kicked out.
This is crazy.
It's like odd.
So then
We
I
live
start
in hell.
trying to pee in segments, probably making things worse. Thankfully, it ends at some point, leaving me sitting on the toilet finishing my test.
You can't take breaks? You got to practice those Kegel muscles, buddy.
I guess I'll never know how many people were on the other side of that permit test, but I hope it gave them a good laugh.
Realistically, nobody was actively watching it.
No.
It's just they'll review the footage at some point. This is fucked up. I hate this. I hate this.
Yeah.
For a permit test, you need to... What are we going to... Like, come on. It's a permit test. It's not the license test.
So that was from Bree, and Bree says, it's too good of a story to piss up, pun intended.
Ew.
Thanks a lot, Bree.
You just make a piss joke on the Judgies?
Yeah.
Piss up? Should we be like the new FaZe clan, but we'll be like piss up?
So this is FaZe. How do we make a P out of this?
I don't know.
Piss up.
How did you do it?
Oh, no, Christian
Piss
can't
up.
do it.
I can't do it.
Piss up.
I'm not going to be doing that, actually.
What's up, pissners? How we doing? Poop and piss, y'all.
Okay. Well, I hated it, so...
What?
Don't if you do the blood hand sign, and you kind of flip it upside down, doesn't kind of look like poop? Can we make it look like poop?
Please don't
I don't
do
think
that.
you can do that,
Yeah.
man.
Okay, I'm just saying.
All right. Next up, we have r/best of Redditor updates. I, 17 female, got a call from the police about a work incident, and they want me to come in to talk. Do I go in?
Never respond to the police. Positively.
True.
The original post was on June 5th.
Of this year.
Yes. It is 2025, yes?
Sometimes.
Yes.
Okay. I, 17 female, have been working at a local grocery store for 2 years. It's a great place to work, and I really would hate to lose my job. This morning, I got a call from the police telling me that they've been made aware of an incident at the grocery store that involves me, and they want me to come into the station to discuss what it's about. I told them that I have a shift this morning. They told me to call in sick and come into the station.
I don't think they can do that.
The only thing I can think it's about is that I've been taking old bakery items and produce at the end of the days when I'm closing.
You can't admit to that.
The food either gets sent away as a donation or thrown in the trash. I always make sure I'm not taking from the donation section. The manager told me it's okay for me to do this, but I know the owner wouldn't approve. I'm freaking out. Am I going to get charged for stealing? Would I get in this much trouble for taking expired cookies at the end of my shift? I don't even think the owner could prove that I've done this. There aren't any cameras at the back room with the garbage. I don't think the manager would tell on me since he tells me and others and offers me these things. Do I go in? Help. I told the police I'll see what I can do about work and get back to them.
See, you thought there was no cameras.
Yeah.
But the last time you were working and you got off your shift a little early and you snuck a bag of bread out, there happened to be a patron pissing their pants while taking a permit test.
Full circle,
And you
baby.
walked right past them.
You walked right through the camera shot.
Like the Hamburglar, but with expired bread.
So, OP clarifies that the police did tell her to bring an adult with, but both of her parents are at work. I was afraid to call them to tell them and confess that I've been stealing. I guess it's stealing. But I think I do need to call them, and I'll do that now.
No, you don't go in. There's no reason for you to go in.
So then a commenter says that there's a minimum dollar amount for theft to be considered a crime, if you will.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, this listener's taken $10,000 worth of expired bread.
It's a lot of bread.
And then it says more shit about that. But then in their reply, OP says, I've definitely not taken over $700 in expired food. The police did give me their badge numbers and names to write down to give to my parents. I've tried calling my parents, but they haven't picked up. Waiting for parents before I call the manager to call in sick. Okay, this is 8 minutes later. Mom just called me.
I'm fucked. I'm absolutely fucked. I'm fucked.
She told me she called the police and that she's coming to pick me up in half an hour to go to the station.
Your mom's a narc?
She sounded really upset, but not at me. She told me that I'm not in trouble, but to not even call my work. What is going on?
Uh-oh.
Update number 2. Same post, next several hours. Thanks for all the advice. I took the initial ones I read and got my parents involved right away. My mom was a boss. I have to think about what I can update and get back to you later because it's honestly really bad, like nightmare fuel and legally bad. I'm okay, I think. Was at the station for hours. I'm not in trouble. It was not about stealing cookies, but it's far from over. Sorry for being vague.
Oh,
Sorry.
I just thought it was apt.
Okay.
Okay. Then we need to make a whole thing about it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Who is that?
Aurora?
Is it?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. Joshua, it's hot in here.
Sorry.
I'm burning up. I'm sweating.
Sorry.
Feeling faint.
Well, drink more wine. You'll get over it.
Okay, Joe, Kevin, and Nick.
Because I'm burning up.
Yeah.
Burning up for you, baby.
For someone.
Update 3, same post the next day, June 6th.
J6.
This year?
Yeah. The police were not suggesting that I go in without my parents. I guess all of the comments are saying, like, fuck the police. Yes. But then also, don't talk to police without an adult if you're a minor.
You also just shouldn't talk to police.
Don't give them any information.
Where was I at?
You were saying something about how you would want them to talk to the police.
I apologized for being more clear about the phone call. A lot of you were concerned the police were trying to take advantage of me. Usually they are. I was just freaking out, and I was going to get in trouble for stealing the bakery stuff. Don't know what the police told my mom, but she got home faster than she said and took me straight there. My dad was there when we got there. I was freaking out, even though my mom told me it wasn't about me stealing and not to worry about that. She also called.
Wait, how does your mom know about you stealing?
She called the
Because she
police.
told her.
Oh.
Why are you telling your mom that you're stealing?
Because she's a child freaking out, thinking she's about to get arrested.
Zero survival instincts.
Mom's basically a cop.
But mom is the cop of the parents. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Dad also is the cop, but he's the bad cop. Mom's the good cop, but they're both cops.
Interesting. Are we talking about in general as parents or just in this story?
In general.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you think that I'm the good cop?
I think Christian's a bad cop.
Christian's the kind of cop that's like stereotypically eating donuts. And like, you're like, how did he pass the physical?
And Eric, or I'll say it, you're by the books.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's grown on me.
All right. So here's what really happened. The previous manager was filming employees changing in and using the bathroom.
The one that was telling you to steal.
Yeah.
Turns out he was stealing people's privacy.
An old coworker was tipped off by someone that they found a video of her on some porn website.
Jesus Christ.
There were dozens of videos posted of multiple girls over the years using the bathroom and changing in the bathroom. I'm one of those girls.
You are a minor. You're a child.
Correct. The only video I saw of myself that they wanted to verify it was me was of me going to the washroom to put my hair up and putting lip gloss on in the mirror. I know there is more, but I didn't want to see it. There was a whole team there of mostly female officers, counselors, etc. I was actually pretty impressed by how they presented and handled it all because, well, like so many of you, I don't trust the cops and they've never made me feel safe. The old manager was arrested. I'm not sure when, but it was before they called me. They got my number from the original victim who gave out numbers of all female employees that she had. It's a whole thing. I was asked many questions. I was also asked to identify 2 unknown victims, like a screenshot from a video. Seems like they are customers who somehow got access to an employee bathroom because no one can identify them. It's been a lot to process. I always thought that guy was a creep. He's the nephew of the owner. I fucking wish this was just about pastries.
How about that?
What a twist. Holy guacamole.
Starting therapy. It's been an ongoing investigation. The original victim stopped working there 3 years ago.
So it's been going on for 3 years minimum,
At least.
as far as we know.
So the old manager, this must not be the one that told her she could steal, but the old manager only left 6 months ago, so the filming started while I was 15. I won't be going back to work there. It's too creepy. It seems so silly now that I was worried about cookies. I think to avoid that guilt in the future, I'll just not do anything that makes me feel a little uneasy and save myself the stress.
I think that's the wrong message to take here. I think you still steal cookies and bread. Or I'm sorry, are we supposed to not feel bad for the guy from Les Miserables?
You're right.
Or are we supposed to not feel bad for Aladdin and Abu? All I know is good people steal bread in movies.
That's true. That's true.
Because they were forced to steal bread on account of their socioeconomic status.
Okay, preach. Josh is cooking over there. Makes
So, yeah,
you think.
That was
That's a twist.
the grocery store crime.
A somber reminder, a harrowing reminder, a sobering reality.
Never use the bathroom in public.
Well, these people are doing it at work. That's where they're supposed to do it.
Yeah. I was kidding.
That,
that's not the lesson here.
I know you're walking back your statement now, but I know that's what you were trying to say, and it's okay. You can just stand 10 toes down on that.
Okay.
Well, it's a really harrowing reminder that people on the other side of the screen are very often just teenagers.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll just be like arguing with someone on Reddit or just like see a post and be like, what the fuck? How stupid can you be? And then you just got to remind yourself like, oh, this person, it's very likely they're very young and just not well versed in things. Not that this person's stupid. It's just sort of a reminder that like, kids exist online.
Yeah.
And when they're behind an anonymous account, you can't really tell that. And also, you shouldn't piss in public, or whatever the fuck Erica wanted to say.
Yeah, or whatever. Wait until you have to take a what was it even? A license test? What were they doing?
A permit test?
A permit test.
Driver's permit.
Then use the bathroom.
I can't believe you read 2 stories about pissing on camera.
That's true.
Are you trying to get us all to piss on camera? Is this like you trying to like incept
What
us?
the hell are you trying to get?
No.
There's a catheter just spinning on the table and it won't fall over.
No.
It wobbles
God.
every now and then to show that it's a dream or whatever. I've never seen the movie.
Really?
I've never seen the movie.
All right. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
So we have texting a boyfriend goes wrong. Okay.
Does it involve piss?
No.
I'll never tell.
Okay.
I don't think it does.
Okay. She's not 100% certain, folks.
To be fair, it's been a minute since I've read the full thing, so maybe, but I don't recall. It's from r/am I overreacting?
Piss up.
I hate that. Am I overreacting? My boyfriend thinks I had an attitude in my texts. Did I come off as rude?
So it's someone being pissy.
Oh,
shit, you caught me there.
Someone being a little pissy pants.
caught you there.
I've got screenshots of the text messages, so we'll do a
Lipa.
sure.
That's what
And-
it's called when you act.
Got it. She says, my boyfriend left flowers at my house on Mother's Day, then promised me a dinner tonight at our favorite restaurant as part of my gift, as we talked about it a couple times this week. And I confirmed last night we were going, and he said yes, but also confirmed he didn't make a reservation yet. This place is definitely going to need a reservation, especially on a Friday night, and he knows that. He was golfing at 8 a.m. this morning, and I talked to him then. This was my first contact with him since speaking this morning. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll be blue.
Okay.
Can you see okay?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. This is at 2:29. Hope you're killing it out there. What time do I need to be ready by? Been out all day. And then silence. So then about an hour and a half later, chat, question mark. Are we are we still planning on doing a Mother's Day dinner?
What, dude? Yo, what's the attitude for?
No attitude. Hope the tournament was fun. What time were you planning for tonight?
Nah, man.
You're canceling?
You're chalking? What's chalking?
I think it's like I'm not sure, honestly. Are you canceling because I asked the time so I could be ready?
Like, why do you have to chalk so bad? It's like in your blood.
We have plans. I just wanted to know the time.
Why are you chalking?
All I asked was what time to be ready.
Oh my God, you can't help it. Chalking, you literally can't. You love chalking.
Do I have a definition?
As in, like, what you would write on a sidewalk with?
Yeah.
That's how it's spelled, yes.
Continue. I'll keep digging.
I take a while and get distracted and I don't want to be rushed, so I just wanted to know what time. Hold on. Also, it's not fair to make me feel sat around. I asked for time, that's it.
Why can't you just be ready? Why can't you just be ready? You need like 2 hours to get ready. It's not prom.
So I'm just supposed to get ready and sit and wait?
Why you can't just be ready? You need like 2 hours to get ready.
I don't need 2 hours to get ready. I just like to have a time in mind. I think most people do.
I'm not liking your energy right now, to be honest.
Why?
Feel like you're good for something wacky or something.
I just asked for a time. Do you not want to go?
Honestly, I hate how you just said what you said about Mother's Day. Oh, sorry. Honestly, I hate how you just said what you said about Mother's Day dinner, like almost sarcastically. Like, what the fuck?
It wasn't sarcastically. I thought that's what it was. Didn't mean for it to come off that way.
What's the quotes for then? Why is every text I get something about you or your feelings? Has to benefit you for any conversation. All about you, always. All about you.
I was just excited and looking forward to it.
All about you. All about you. All about you. All about you.
My God.
You. Me, 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 me.
If you don't want to go, you don't have to.
My feelings, feelings, me.
What is going on? I just chalked back in from trying to figure out what chalked is going on with.
Me. Oh, Mother's Day dinner? Ha. Me.
You told me on Mother's Day, after you dropped off the flowers, you wanted to take me out as well. You told me on Mother's Day. No, she sent it twice. Sorry.
Oh, it doesn't benefit me. Fuck that. Me.
I was just looking forward to both of us having a nice time together, but if you don't want to go, no one is forcing you. And that's it.
That guy kind of lost his marbles at the end there.
I feel like his marbles were missing the whole time.
Correct.
I don't know what chalking means.
Well, I mean, from context clues, we can, understand that it just means like you're like dismissing or like you're being dismissive.
Yeah.
Okay.
The term chalk that I know is like a sports betting term, but everything like very small amount. I've never heard people use this like in speech at all. And what the stuff I saw was from like 2024.
Yeah.
And it pretty much was like frat. Like I saw like a frat lingo guy explains that it's like being dismissive, but it's like
Okay.
never heard that once in my life. And for him to use it for her to hit you with a chat and then that guy just go immediately into like, you're chalking, chalk, as if like, I don't know, sounded like a little bit like a broken record. I'll say it.
The octuple text of just me
Yeah.
at different amounts of me in the text was crazy.
Do we think to give this guy benefit of the doubt, because I think all men deserve it, especially in Men's Mental Health Awareness Month? Excuse you. Excuse you. You can't do that face in Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
I absolutely can.
A month that totally wasn't made up directly to oppose Pride Month.
Yeah.
Anywho, do we fear maybe it was him doing voice to text? And maybe that's
No.
why it was like me.
Nope, because there's spelling errors.
Well, Google AI is really bad.
It's really bad at spelling.
These were absolutely iPhone texts.
Really, and Siri doesn't make any mistakes.
Is she listening? Siri doesn't make any mistakes. I always tell Siri thank you.
What a loser.
Yeah, I could just unless that and I don't actually see this happening, but unless OP deleted messages,
Sure.
Yeah.
there's no reason for this man to be reacting this way.
But the flow, does not
Correct.
give that she deleted messages.
Literally her just being like, what time are we doing this?
Yeah.
That's a very reasonable request.
What's the word is this on?
Oh, am I overreacting?
But
And honestly, the comments on the post were fucking mean.
Really?
The top comments, this big long thing that was supportive, but one of them is have some self-respect and leave that loser for the love of eldritch horror.
I mean, they're trying to give you some tough love.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stop
Tough
being a
love
doormat, LMAO. Break up with him. He obviously doesn't care for you.
What subreddit is this?
Am I overreacting?
Really? Why? And this was a recent post? When is this from?
28 days ago.
I mean, what they are saying is correct.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they're being
but-
very upset about it.
Yeah, that's just-
there's
I
a
think that's just
nicer way to go
modern
about it, I
internet.
think.
I guess. Unless, because I guess in my mind, I guess these are probably dudes being angry, being
Couple
like,
of fellas.
I'm the nice guy. It pisses me off that this guy has a girlfriend and I don't. Like that kind of energy where it's like, oh my God, just fucking leave him already. Like that energy.
Yeah.
As opposed to like a woman being like, stop being a fucking doormat, you sack of shit.
Okay.
I got ran over by a Lexus and now I have a lot of money, but it's drying up.
Okay.
My teeth are stained red from all the wine I'm drinking and popcorn.
This is how I think you should.
That's how I think you should leave. The
Oh.
Robinson bit.
Okay.
Um,
That'd be why I didn't get it.
and so Chad, this is why I guess the biggest takeaway from this is just don't play golf. Turns into a bad
True.
guy.
Oh, that reminds me, Erica. This is tangentially related and directly related. You
Oh.
you doubted my ability to big dog. Okay.
He big dog. This
I
was
big
crazy.
dog. Christian and I are both in the same group chat for a bachelor party we have coming up soon. And it's just rife with people whose numbers I don't know / people I don't know. And the person whose bachelor party was like, trying to get deets. Christian and I are very in the dark about most of the deets here.
Yeah.
And he says, okay, we're looking to golf. Let me get a head count on this. And the next day we're going to go
Watch a race.
go to some race. Let me know head count for both. And immediately, like 8 messages come in, like, I'm down for both. I'm down for golf. I'm down for both. I'm down for both. Or for golf. And I'm like, I just come in, I'm just like, hey, I'll be the asshole turning down golf, but saying yeah to the race. Immediately, fraction of a second later, someone goes, Lib.
Yep.
I don't know who this number is.
Not even like a local area code.
It's not a local area code. And so I was like, my only option is the big dog.
Yeah.
All right.
And so I said, true. I only golf if it's mini. Because I did just mini golf yesterday.
I saw Aurora's picture.
Yeah. And immediately someone else comes into my 2 other people immediately come to my fence. Someone says, golf in the mini version fucks way too hard. And then someone said, I see a guy solo golfing mini version. I know he's getting hella puss.
Jesus.
And so then I had to
Christ.
continue the big dog streak of me saying, smashed 18 holes this morning and then 1 more when I got home. And you know what? I almost sent a selfie, but I thought that might be too...
You know what?
You would have
It
big
would've
dog
really
too close
set
to
the-
the sun.
It would have really set the tone from when everybody shows up and like, oh, you're the fucking freak.
I wanted to send... I'll show you the picture. I was going to send...
It's just like sweaty.
Well, it's in Aurora's Instagram photo.
It's in
that she
Aurora's
posted.
fucking spank bank. It's just me flustered, dripping with sweat.
It's a 0.7 from the end of the stick, from the end of the golf putter. I don't even know the fucking terms for it.
End of the stick.
the end
It's
of the
called a
stick.
cue.
But I was going to send this picture because, like, it's an aura farming picture, obviously.
Obviously.
I was going to send this picture with it to be like, I smashed 18 holes, and when I got home, I smashed 1 more.
You should have. Honestly, you should have. That would have been so fucking funny.
But I decided against it. But yeah, you doubted my big dogging skills. And Christian did say I big dog over text. Absolutely, I big dog.
Yeah. And I was it's crazy because I was like, this is happening. I'm like, do I not know how to talk to the fellas? Like, because I would never.
Well,
It's like,
It might help that I've been watching Love Island. and so
Okay.
I'm
Did
just
you
like-
even respond?
No, I haven't.
He texted
We're seeing
me
them tomorrow. I was
separately.
just gonna talk. Yeah, I did text him separately.
He's like, "Who's this guy?" And I'm like, "I have no idea." But yeah, I think because I've been watching Love Island, I'm like, I'm
got
getting
the
a little bit of
fucking-
the bruv back in me. Yeah.
You got some banter in you.
yeah, some cheeky banter.
Well, I take it back then, Joshua. That was some big dog shit.
Thank you.
You're a big dog every day.
Thank you very much. Let's thank you and Big Dog.
And on that note, we'll see you on the other side of this break.
We're gonna need a break.
And welcome back on this side of the break where we do a little thing we like to call the
Circle George.
What the hell?
It's the Circle George. Sorry.
And that's where we judge around this circle. If you're new here, that just means we do whatever the heck we want. Don't think about it too hard.
You don't want to hurt yourself.
Quit doing the math. I can see you doing the math over there. Quit doing it.
Sometimes we judge around this circle, and that's where the name comes from. Sometimes we just write little bits and jokes, and that's what this one is.
Okay.
Erica, this is, I think, your favorite circle judge I've ever done. Do you know what it is?
Is it
It's a squeakquel to it. We've only done it once before.
jokes that didn't land?
No. This is one that you actually hate. I was being silly when I said
Oh,
you
I
really
actually
liked
hate
it.
jokes that didn't land, but
Okay.
Really?
Okay. If I had to take a guess,
Really?
if it's a sequel, Erica hated. There's one that I can think of.
What is it?
Did you change the titles to?
That's
movies?
right. Originally, we did sex titles
oh, this one I did.
of different things.
I
And
really
that-
did
and the
fucking
bit was
hate.
it was cock every time,
yeah.
and it was a good solid bit.
No.
It was a good bit. It was one of those where it's like it started off in like okay,
Yeah.
and then like by the end I was like crying, and Erica
Yeah.
was just not having any of it.
I'm not having any of it.
So in lieu of all of these G-dang companies getting rid of their DEI programs, this is bands but make them woke.
Okay,
All right, because this is
Bands
still
that make her dance.
that's right, or them dance. And that's about the
just
quality
getting it woke.
of swaps that we're getting here, folks.
Lib.
Hey, let's get it woke in here.
So this is bands but woke. So originally AC/DC,
Okay,
that's now LGBT.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And they're older, so they didn't quite get QIA plus.
Yeah.
Sure.
Queen, letter swap, queer.
okay.
I think that Queen can just stay as is.
I don't think so. I think they need to be queer.
I think that you're reaching.
I think We Are the Champions by Queer goes hard.
I think
You know
that
what?
We Are the Champions by Queen goes even harder.
You haven't heard of We Are the
Interesting.
Champions by Queer.
It's way better. It's Freddie Pluto.
Imagine Freddie Mercury, but he was openly queer.
It's Freddie Mercury, but he dabbled with being straight.
Okay.
Is that Boys Like Girls is now just Boys Like Boys, or Girls Like Girls, or T-Boys Like T-Girls.
Okay.
You can one of the three. We're all familiar with Boys Like Girls,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the band.
Name one song by them.
Paper bags in plastic hearts.
Okay,
All
yeah.
belongings in shopping carts. Goodbye.
That song
all right.
rocks.
Morgan Wallen, he's now just dead.
Oh,
I like
hell
that.
yeah.
He's just out of here. MGMT
Yeah. Management.
is now MLMT.
Okay.
Multi-level marketing team.
That's Men Loving Men.
Oh, you know
And-
what?
And then T.
Yeah.
True.
At-
It's like Men Loving Men. True.
I didn't have enough time to process this, but the other day at work, there was like, I don't know, it's the little info thing on like your desktop or whatever. But for some reason, I had like the top 5 songs of the week,
Yeah.
and 3 of the 5 are Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, Morgan Wallen or Morgan
Yeah,
Whalen. He's a
I don't
different
know.
guy. Morgan Wallen is like super fucking popular.
And I was just like,
Unfortunately.
that makes me want to die
Yeah.
knowing that.
Yeah.
Even though he says the N-word, throws chairs off of rooftops to kill people.
Yeah.
He did go to God's country.
Thank God he took the private jet to God's country.
SZA is now Scissor. I mean, that one's just...
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. For sure.
Christian, you're going to like this one. The Front Bottoms
Okay.
is now the Front Bottoms Surgery. Yeah. Coldplay is now Cold Gay. You know,
Easy.
right over home plate there. Ed Sheeran is now Ed They Themin.
Okay.
Yeah. How about that? You know what? We'll live edit it. Ed Sheeran is now Ed She Theyin.
Okay.
Okay.
how about that?
Yeah, that's better.
Or one more time, Blake, keep all of it in. Ed Sheeran is now Ed They Sheeran.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Pitbull is still Pitbull because he's for everyone.
All right.
Dolly.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah. I love that movie.
Is that who that is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I had like a moment where I was like, oh, fuck, what have I said?
Tyler the Creator is now just Tyler the Creator, but he was out the whole time, so all the F slurs are cool.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lady Gaga, of course, she's Italian. That's the Italian name. So all I did was translate Lady Gaga to gay English.
Okay.
So it's girl gag.
Okay.
Yeah. Lady Gaga is just Italian for girl gag.
All right.
That one did
Well-
not.
well-
The audience loved that one. You
I
guys.
was gonna say we'll have to see how
Yeah.
the gays and the theys feel about that one.
The girls and the gays and the theys love that one.
Girl didn't love that one. I feel like
Girls, plural.
Okay. Yeah, the girls will love it.
Aerosmith, dead.
All right.
Just dead. Mainly because of Steven Tyler. Justin Timberlake, dead. Just
Good.
kill him. Get
Get
him
him
out.
out.
Of here. Tattoo is now just actually gay.
Hell yeah.
I don't think I know that person.
Tattoo's the band.
Okay.
All the things she said, running through my head, running
Okay.
through my head. I talked about it. Was my
Last
circle
episode.
jerk
Yeah.
last week.
Huh. Yeah.
And then lastly for bands,
We
but
went on a
woke,
whole rant.
we got Pearl Jam, and now it's Pearl Clam, parentheses, sappically. Yeah. And that's bands but woke for Pride Month.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Thank you, Erica.
This showed your actual creative talent and the effort that you're willing to put into things. And
This shows that you don't understand the genius that went into the cock.
Yeah.
yeah.
The way, because
Cock
here's the
is
thing with
pretty
the cock
simple,
one.
actually.
The thing is,
It was the way he built suspense and like you. It's no, because there is like an art to it because it's yes he's saying the same word every time, but like sometimes like oh that one was so over like just over home plate, and then there's like wow that one actually was like masterfully done, and it's like he's building this tension and release.
if you
know?
don't do it right, sometimes people put the cock before the horse.
Thank you. Got the beans above the frank,
And this is this is in I do need to publicly address this. The Colts were one of 8 NFL teams to not make a pride post this year.
oopsies.
And
They still got time.
they
Well,
technically do still have time.
Their owner died, so
their
they didn't have
owner
anybody to
died
make the final decision.
either very early June or very late May. And so it's like, did they just not do it because their social media team didn't want to like put it in with like all the Jimmer say is dead stuff, or were they not planning on it anyway? Because it feels like you could just slam out a pride post. You know what I mean? It's not that hard to
Yeah.
do a little Photoshop and put up a pride post. But yeah, 8 NFL teams did not do it, and the Colts were one of them. And I'm sorry. I apologize on behalf of all of our listeners for the Colts.
Here's a listener submitted sound from I don't know who they are. It's just a mermaid emoji.
Sometimes all I think about is poo. Late nights in the middle of June. Constipation's been freaking me out. I'd be happier if I could just shit now. Rick knows what I'm talking about. Yes, she does.
Yes, she does.
I don't know if you guys. That was as loud as it would go on my phone.
Blake will fix it. in
Okay.
post. Swapping out heat waves with constipation was a choice.
It was brilliant. Thank you, mermaid on Instagram.
Going from 2 syllables to 4 syllables is quite a move, but you nailed it. You nailed
Oh,
it.
your name is Sarah. Sorry.
The mermaid.
Yes. Okay, now I have to found.
Very good work, Sarah. Oh, sorry, I meant to do this while we were listening.
Do you think in the Bible there was mermaids and gold maids and frankincense maids?
No.
No, but there was somebody named Sarah.
Do you think the Impractical Jokers would be better if it's featured
Yes.
mermaids,
Oh.
Sal maids, Joe maids, and
Q
Q
maids? And only 3 of them got canceled. Wait, Did Murray get canceled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only ones
Sal's.
it's just Sal and Q.
Q didn't get canceled?
I mean, Q has just always been kind of conservative. So
With
it's
a
like,
name like Q, it feels like you're just
and wearing
waiting.
hats like that.
Yeah, it just feels like you're waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
Here's my listener submitted story. The title says, I was woken up out of a dead sleep because my roommate threw up on my head.
And if you want,
I'm sorry.
and if you want to send a listener submitted stories or sounds to judgiespod@gmail.com, we just got a Reddit post of someone asking, "Hey, I forget where to send it in." What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? You forgot. Judgiespod@gmail.com.
Hi, Judgies and Aurora. I don't know if you guys could hear her in the background. She goes, hi. Strap your tits down for a wild story from Ike this time.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wait, is Ike Sarah?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Kate.
Okay. I didn't know if it was the mermaid.
No, this is not the mermaid. I hope you all had a safe and fun Memorial Day weekend. We had an eventful one over here, to say the least. For the first time this year, Mike and I finally get a 3-day weekend. We spent Saturday in Orlando going to Collect-A-Can.
Okay.
Sorry, Collect-A-Con.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's con.
Collect the
Sorry.
Can seems good for the environment.
That's
Should
what
we
we-
host Collect the Can?
That's where
Yeah.
all the homeless people meet up.
Maybe. Or people that just care about the environment.
I didn't like your joke, Joshua.
That's okay. You don't have to. No one's forcing
Unhoused.
you to.
And being literally 3 feet away from Waka Flocka performing in the crowd.
Whoa. How many gun sounds were there?
I can't lie. I just wanted to flex on that because it was insane.
Bow, bow,
So you
bow.
went hard in the paint.
We did return to the Cheesecake Factory, and we are happy to report that Mike has taken your advice and no longer points at motorcycles for fear of his immense power.
Yeah, he was taking people out, huh?
Well, that's the power of the point.
Yeah, that's
as
what
your
I'm saying.
sister found.
Yeah. His dad is actively trying to get a bike for him, but that's a story for another time. So Sunday night rolls around, and Mike and I are enjoying ourselves, drinking and playing some video games.
Okay, Flex, drop the game, but don't worry.
Our roommate then comes to join us and chill. Mike and him have been living together for over a year, and he and I met, and then we all moved in together in 2023.
Wow.
We are all hanging out. I'm drunk at this point. It's probably 9:30, and like the old lady I am, I fall asleep. They stay up and continue to hang. Fast forward to midnight-ish, and I'm awoken up out of a dead sleep. I hear the sound of our roommate gagging and retching and immediately realize that my head is wet with something warm. And then the smell hits me.
fucking kidding me?
I hear Mike freaking out as I'm starting to fill with annoyance and rage. I carefully get myself up and make my way to the bathroom, doing everything in my power to remain as level-headed as possible. Mind you, I also woke up still drunk.
Very big of you.
Did you at least hear someone say,
Sorry.
Mike gets to the bathroom before me and is turning around in circles in the doorway like a chicken with its head cut off, frantically saying, "What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?" I mustered up all the composure I had and spit out, "Shower." This wasn't his fault, and I had enough sense to know one of us had to remain somewhat calm. He turns it on, and I get in and clean the vomit off of me. While I'm in there, Mike cleans up the trail of chunks that had fallen off of me on my way to the
Dude.
bathroom and cleaned up where I had been laying. What's even shittier is that about 90% of what our roommate had thrown up ended up in my hair.
Ugh.
Our-
"What's that noise, man?"
I don't. This is a wild story. This is a hard one for me.
Our roommate ended up being sick the rest of the night. I feel bad he wasn't feeling well, but I was very much fuck that guy for the next day. That's not even the craziest thing about this guy, though. May 5th is his birthday, and Mike and I both learned something new about him. A friend came over to celebrate, and she actually used to be his roommate for years before he and Mike moved in together. Well, she told us about how she had walked in on him being a little too close for comfort with his sister.
Oh.
And apparently a while after that, the sister found out she was pregnant.
Oh.
But
According to our friend,
Record scratch. Holy shit.
According to our friend, the sister gave her son up for adoption. But what's really disturbing is that our roommate has a genetic mutation that has discolored a patch of his hairline, and his nephew was born with a very similar discoloration in his hairline.
Oh, but it could be, sharing 50% DNA with the sister. It's possible.
Mike and I are both very
Sharing 100%
confused
DNA with this kid, I think.
about how to feel about this situation, but we are handling it the best that we can. Until next time, piss, shit, and kiss some tits.
Well, I mean, you can fuck a sister.
You want to see a picture of the roommate?
If it's consensual, you can fuck a sister. Like, I thought that was going to go into a much worse place. So, hey, if fucking a sister is wrong, then fucking lock me up. Throw away the key.
You want to see a picture of the roommate?
They were of age, correct? Did I miss a detail?
Yeah, they were of age.
Like, everything was consensual. That's just having sex. Yeah, I'll see a picture. Oh.
Oh.
It was a freaking cat the whole time.
Oh.
So I think I'm even more vindicated in my
You are
day.
more vindicated, but the incest defense is wild there, Joshua.
What?
His
Incest?
sister, what do you mean?
It was Mike's sister.
No.
I thought it was. I take back everything.
was
I
also
thought it
like
was.
that's-
I thought it was Mike's sister.
No.
I thought that's why we were upset. Was that Mike's sister did it?
No.
Okay.
I was
I
like,
take back everything. I'm sorry.
chill.
Hey.
I was like, chill out, Lib. Goddamn.
Hey, you know what?
Sorry.
I
So-
thought the thing was that the roommate had sex with Mike's sister and Mike was upset
No.
about it.
I
The
thought you were
roommate-
like, I thought you were being like, I'm gonna take a wild position, and then you kind of doubled down on it. I was just like, there doesn't seem to be a hint of irony here.
Hey, and thank you for not yes-anding me.
I wasn't gonna.
The roommate in question is Mike and Ike's cat Milo, and they call the cat Cinco de Milo.
Good name.
Very cute.
How do you spell Milo? M-I-L-O or M-Y-L-O? 'Cause I feel like
M-Y-L-O.
that's a better way for a cat.
Whoa, that is much more of a cat name.
Ike says, "Hey lady, the following events are 100% real, but if you wanted to see how long it takes the guys to realize that my so-called roommate is actually just one of our cats, then here you go. I'll attach pictures for reference because they are cute, and they are very cute."
Turns out it took us
Throw
until
up in your hair.
after me defending an incestuous relationship to
Yeah.
find out.
That was so fun.
Yeah, and I literally just put the math together. That it was the cat that threw up in the hair.
Yeah.
I know we said the cat was the roommate.
Yes, the
Yeah.
cat is the roommate.
It's almost worse having cat throw up in your hair.
Yeah.
I'll push back on that.
How much cat throw up are you cleaning up? It's gross.
Yeah, but volume-wise, I'd take a cat
Okay,
puke over a
okay.
human vom. Especially a drunk human vom.
Yeah.
Little Taco Bell chunks in there. The chicken nuggets come out looking better than they went.
What's up with the Taco Bell chicken nuggets looking that way?
But you know what? They're making chicken strips soon.
I don't.
You're gonna eat 'em.
I'm
You're
gonna try
eat
it
'em.
because I tried the wings and the wings were better than I thought they would be, and I had the chicken nuggets once and they were good, and then I had them twice and they weren't good.
Yeah.
I read that one. The one with the text messages that was sent to me by Linda. Forgot to say that earlier.
Linda.
And now I'm trying to.
I was also very confused when you were saying like 50%, 100% DNA. I was like, what's the math going on here?
And
Yeah.
then
Because I was under the idea that
They weren't related
they weren't
at all.
They weren't. Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah,
an
yeah,
incestuous
yeah.
relationship.
Jessica was the one that sent me the grocery store story, if I didn't say that earlier. And I'm trying to remember.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Mermaid. Thank you, Soulmaid. Thank you, Q-Maid. Thank you, the other maid.
Yeah, man.
Do I have to know his name? He's a bad guy.
Joe?
now. It's crazy that I couldn't remember the one with the normal name.
Yeah, Joe Gatto. More like Joe got a lot of problems going on. More like
Holy
Joe got to focus on his marriage. More like Joe got to stop texting young women. More like Joe.
I said a shitty man is being shitty to his wife.
Mm-hmm. And I said shocker.
What story is that?
Well, I mean, rabbit in a hat, really. That's not the proper phrase.
No, absolutely. I mean,
Dark
you're
of the
talking
dark
over
order.
there, but for sure, rabbit in a hat.
Did I think this was. I thought I deleted. Okay, anyway, I'm just gonna read this one because I don't know which other one I was talking about. This was sent to me by Madison.
Oh,
Madison.
my second favorite city in Wisconsin.
What's your first?
I mean, Milwaukee's goated.
This is from r/step parents.
Like the movie.
Whoa.
It feels like it. It certainly feels like it.
And here is the title. Hubby. Sorry, I'm stuck here. Me walking. Oh, we need to trigger warning for miscarriage.
I feel like there's been quite a bit of trigger warnings that need to be had here, but
In the whole slew of stories I've had.
yeah, probably. It's all right.
This is not a whoop.
What?
Yep, season 4 we did it once.
Interesting.
Step parents, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
I'll only take back my whoop. Poop.
Piss gang.
Shut up. Me walking barefoot to the ED through rain before I bleed out from miscarriage. Hubby couldn't make it to the hospital because his daughter had the flu and his ex-wife had a job interview.
Okay. Took me a second to put those together, but that's a valid reason to be busy. I'll say that.
5 hours of labor-like contractions to pass the miscarriage tissue alone. He ignored my calls and texts saying, sorry, she vomited again. I'm too busy dealing with things here.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
The ex-wife picks the kid up at 4 p.m. He doesn't get to the hospital till 6:30.
Well, I needed some me time.
2.5 hours.
I need my last little bit of me time before the. Oh wait, it was a miscarriage. I'm sorry.
This would see, and this might be a controversial statement. And correct me if I'm wrong. Healthcare workers I don't care. Hospital's a pretty good place to have a sick kid.
True.
They got the shit there to take care of them.
True.
I feel like a sick kid, it doesn't prevent you from seeing your wife before she potentially dies.
How old was the kid? Did it say?
No,
The kid's like 18.
That was the whole story.
that was the whole story.
Why was it on step parents? Because her husband is a step parent?
No,
She was the step-
she
I
was
guess
the
she's
step
the
parent.
Yeah, she stepped up. God damn. And they're married?
Unfortunately.
That was so dense and so
Short.
abstract.
I know.
And also so lacking of information, I feel like, all at the same time.
I know.
So what do we do in this situation?
I
What's the two? There's no updates. We don't find out why it took them 2.5 hours.
That's it. That's all I got.
It is because if this is like a 4-year-old child, you can't leave.
Right. I feel like it's implied that the kid's pretty young.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess you take
a sick kid to the hospital.
but the sick. They're not gonna do shit for them at the hospital either.
Well, no, but it's not like the kid's like I don't know. Like I'm just saying, like a kid having the flu isn't a reason to not take him to a hospital.
Yeah.
Like it's not like the kid was like also having a severe medical event that like was at the hospital 2.5 miles away or 2.5 hours away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the guy was just at home with the kid.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't even fully watching the kid. He was probably playing fucking games. Probably golfing.
Yeah, he was
Non-mini. Max golfing.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Get rid of all the golf courses, I'll say, except for the mini ones. Those ones are fine.
Right.
If you build an apartment complex on a mini golf course, then there will be small apartments.
What?
If you build a mini golf course, if you build apartments on a mini golf, if you build an apartment complex where mini golf is, it'd be small apartments.
I don't understand.
If you
One
build
more time.
apartment complexes on max golf, it'd be big apartment complexes.
Okay.
Did we underfollow that part?
We
I
underfollow.
didn't
for sure.
underfollow.
And now we go to the mini golf spots, and it's smaller apartments.
Okay.
Okay. Because the apartments would have to be big enough to be the scenery in a mini golf course.
No, it's just there's not as much volume. There's not as much area.
So if you built an apartment on a decommissioned mini golf course, it wouldn't be that big of an apartment complex.
Yeah.
But if you built an apartment complex on a decommissioned golf course, it would be a pretty big apartment complex.
Are we not see this? I guess this required people to be aware of the discussions around how we need to close all golf courses and build housing on them.
I didn't know that. I know we needed to close them because they use all the water, and they like to have them in drought-prone areas and use all the water for the.
Also, there's like studies that show that like living within like a 2-mile radius of a golf course gives you cancer.
Yeah, all
Interesting.
the cut grass in the air.
I don't know.
The pesticides,
that
I'm
doesn't
sure.
seem right.
I'm pretty sure,
But I'm not
pretty sure
knocking it away.
like dried grass becomes a carcinogen eventually or something.
Yes.
Okay, so all I'm saying is mini golfs shouldn't be disbarred.
Okay.
All right.
And we shouldn't build apartment complexes on them because they'd be small apartment complexes.
Okay.
Are we all on board with that statement?
Yes.
Or do you want to get rid of mini golf?
Yeah.
Let's take
Why
it over
don't we
to
have more mega line cities like the one they're building in?
Because it's a fucking dystopian nightmare. Real quick question off the top of your head, Erica. I want you to give me how many states you think have a smaller population than New York City.
How many states?
How
have
many United States in America have a smaller population? How many states is New York City bigger than? Just the city of New York City.
A lot.
There's 50 states in the United States, if you're not aware, folks.
Yeah. Most.
You know it's not bigger than New York because there's more people in New York than New York City. Because that's one that you can cross off your list.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this all the states combined or just each?
Each individual state.
Okay.
Okay. You know the answer to this.
I do know the answer.
Okay. There's 50 states.
Mm-hmm.
At least one of them.
This is all information I have given you.
Right. I'm just
You're
reiterating.
reading back the word problem.
Yeah. That's part of solving word problems.
That's right, yeah.
Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like thinking back to ACT prep here. I'm gonna go with 12.
I'm trying to think of how many like Western. I feel like every single Western state except California.
I'm gonna go with more than 12.
Yeah.
You already circled the bubble, and you weren't using a number 2 pencil. You're using pen.
Ain't no
I don't
fucking
know.
way
What'd
I
you
would
say,
ever
12?
use pen.
I don't know. 20.
It's more than 12.
I feel like because it's got to be bigger than like the Carolinas,
I
right?
mean, think about how small the Northeast is.
Yeah, but I think all
What's
those
gonna
places are like
Yeah,
pretty
what's gonna
densely.
surprise you is there's a lot of states in the Northeast that have a lot of people.
I understand that, but like Connecticut, Delaware,
it's all the weird places that have just like
Vermont?
only land.
Maine.
Just give me a number. 1 to 50.
28.
Well, 1 to 49.
28.
I'm gonna go 25.
39 states.
Yeah,
Are
I knew it
smaller
was a
than
lot.
the population of New York City, folks. The ones that
That's-
aren't is like the big cities. So you got Texas, California, Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, Georgia, Florida, Pennsylvania, did I say Ohio?
How about Massachusetts?
I don't remember if that one was bigger or smaller. But yeah, it's like 7.7 million people live in New York City. New York City.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I looked it up because, of course, the New York City mayoral race is going on right now. And I was like, they're going for the mayor of New York City. And it's like, well, yeah, that's a lot of people. I said Aurora. I was like, that's got to be bigger than Wyoming.
Oh yeah.
And I looked it
Yeah.
up and it's over 10 times bigger than Wyoming.
Yeah.
And it's like, why the fuck does
Whoa.
Wyoming have any amount of fucking power?
So Wyoming
in our
doesn't have a
fucking
million.
government?
There's not even a million
You
people in
scared
Wyoming.
Gray.
When I look, I don't quote me on the exact numbers. I'm pretty sure it was like 550,000 people in Wyoming, and they get 2 fucking votes in the Senate.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Wyoming has 587,000 people.
yeah,
That's
isn't that
crazy.
fucking crazy.
Montana has 1.1 million.
Yeah,
Way to go, Montana.
which is 3 times smaller than Chicago.
Wyoming is the least populated state.
Yeah, yep,
Harsh climate, limited job opportunities, and lack of infrastructure.
yeah, but they got real good scenery.
Ugh, Wyoming is
sky.
so beautiful.
Or is that Montana?
That's Montana.
Fuck.
All right, sorry for that. little
Really
detour.
square.
It's all right. All right. This one was sent to me by Ab.
Whoa,
Thanks, Ab.
I would like to have you someday.
Just singular?
Yeah, one big old ab.
I want Abbies.
This is also from r/am I overreacting.
I want Downton Abbeys.
Okay.
I want him to
God.
go all the way downtown, if you know what I'm saying.
I hate you. Am
Couple of
I
CGs.
overreacting? My boyfriend had a Jesus moment, so I'm breaking up with him.
A Jesus moment? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I, female, 23, and my boyfriend.
Accidentally made 400 loaves of bread.
The tap is blood red. It tastes like wine. I don't know what's going on.
What the fuck's up with all the fish?
My grandma came back to life. I don't know what to do.
She's 90. She was happy to be dying.
She was a leper, and now she does not have it.
I, female 23, and my boyfriend, male 27, have been dating for over a year now. He was raised Christian, and I was raised Mormon. We bonded in the early days of knowing each other over our shared spirituality and faith, but neither of us actively attended church meetings. I have a lot of issues caused by the LDS institution that I'm still working through years later and have no desire to explore other church groups at this time. Saturday night, my boyfriend went to a wedding for an old friend from Young Life. I'm assuming that is a church-related thing.
Yeah, sounds like it. Sounds like a youth group.
There were lots of old friends / youth leaders attending the wedding, and he had a lot of fun seeing them all. I tried calling him on Sunday to see how it went.
Sorry, babe. Was that mass?
Phone don't work on Sundays. It's the Lord's Day.
And he seemed very low energy. So a few hours later, I texted him asking what was wrong, and he explained that he had a huge dopamine rush from seeing all his old church friends, and that he misses the spiritual community. He also said that if he didn't have his job, he would move down to live by them all. I reminded him that he had community here too, and that if he wanted to grow a stronger spiritual connection and spiritual community for himself, that I would support him in that. After I got off work 5 hours later, I called him to check in. He told me that he's meeting with an old youth group leader the next day, and that he had personal revelations, and that he needed to center God in his life, attend Vespers. I don't know what a Vesper is.
It's like a little scooter they ride around in Italy.
That's how Trump says it.
I love
Couple of
Vespers. I have no idea what a Vesper.
Do you know what a Vesper is?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Is it an acronym? Like what's it spelled?
No, it's definitely a word.
Vespers.
No, I have no idea.
And to do daily Bible study. He also said that he won't have sex until he's married.
It's an evening prayer service.
Okay.
Is that why the church down in a random direction for me just has fucking people on it every single day of the week sometimes?
Yeah. A lot of
I
churches
mean, it's a
do.
Catholic church, and I always know Catholic church has like masses on
Daily.
different days, but it's just like
Oh, they do it daily. They have a daily morning.
it's not every day, but like it'll be like a random fucking Tuesday, and it's like, why are we having people? Oh, it's Fat Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, like literally, it'll just be like so many fucking people there, and it's just like, listen, I thought there was one day a week. You lost me at one day. I don't know how the fuck I'm getting bought into multiple days a week.
I reminded him that he had community here too, and that if he wanted to grow a stronger spiritual community for himself, that I would support him. Oh, I already read all of that. Okay, so he also said that he won't have sex until he's married. We've been having regular sex for over a year now. I tried to absorb all this information and told him that I would support him in his faith journey if he feels like this is what's best for him. He asked me if I would attend groups with him or participate in daily Bible study, but I told him no, and my reasoning why, which he is well aware of. He had told me to come over, so this entire conversation was on the phone while driving to his house. When I got to his house and went upstairs, he was acting a bit odd, so I told him to take a shower and get ready for bed. Normally, we get ready for bed together, but he did it all separately, so I showered alone and got in bed fully clothed, and then he put a hand on my arm to cuddle. The shirt
This is nice.
The shirt he had given me kept getting all twisted up, so he told me I could take it off and he would just face the other way. This is when I kind of snapped. I asked him if we couldn't even shower together or see each other naked now, and he said he wasn't sure what my boundaries were now that sex is off the table. I told him that wasn't my decision, it was his.
Certainly could also be something you ask your girlfriend about.
Correct. I told him I felt backed into a corner where my only options were either to wait 3 to 5 years for marriage or to break up with him. He kind of acted shocked at that point, asking why we would break up, and he thought I said I would be supportive, which I explained I am of his choices for himself, but the choice to remove physical intimacy off the table entirely also affects me and our relationship dynamic, so it shouldn't be only his choice. I asked him what he would be okay with doing in terms of physical intimacy, which he said some cuddling, kissing, and holding hands.
Does it change anything if he's the only one coming?
Like, can she bust a nut?
Yeah, she's not even...
Like, it's sort of a role reversal because she's the ex-mo, but it's like almost like she wants to soak with his like fingers or something. So like as long as he's not the one doing the thrusting, like he can just stand there like this,
Yeah.
and then she'll just sort of like bounce on it, Christian style, the religion, not the podcast co-host. Or that's not.
Sometimes I
soaking,
do just
suppose.
bounce on it like that style, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just asking the question the people want to know.
He continues with saying that he believes that sex before marriage is wrong and that the Bible also says that sex before marriage is wrong.
I don't think it says that though, does it? Isn't that something that just got added in like the fucking 40s?
I have had so many conversations with him about the shame and guilt that I was taught growing up about my body, my choices, etc. I'm still trying to unlearn it all, and I cannot go backwards into feeling that having sex is wrong. I don't want to put back on my coat of shame. I still view sex as sacred. It's not something I'm flippant about, but I trust him and love him, and not once have I ever felt wrong about what we've done together. At this point, I had to leave, so I got up and I told him to avert his eyes since I didn't want to tempt him with my naked body while I changed back into my normal clothes. Probably unnecessary to say that, but I was hurting and upset. I left. He didn't come after me. He didn't call me or text me. Nothing. Now, over 12 hours later, he still has not tried calling me or texting me. I don't know if he knows that we're broken up. We're probably going to have more conversations. I want to be supportive of him, but it's unfair for him to make decisions about us together without having an open conversation with me first. It's less about not having sex and more about the reasons behind it. God, church, shame, etc. If he calls me up saying he doesn't know what he was thinking and to forget it all, I would happily get back together with him because I love him a lot and I see a future with him. I'm honestly so confused and haven't felt anything yet, but it's happened so quickly. The entire conversation and breakup happened in the span of 2 hours. This is the first time he's ever said anything like this to me about church and scripture and sex being wrong. So, am I overreacting?
Hebrews 13:4, let marriage be held in honor among all, and let the marriage bed be undefiled, for God will judge the sexually immoral and adulterous. And it was about a story about a people who were married who could not get pregnant, and so they used someone's slave to try to get her pregnant or something like that. So the idea that it was like you can't have sex before marriage is something that was loosely derived from that one passage.
Okay.
I just wanted to cover my bases before all you frickin' people come after me.
I think you're good that you broke up.
Yeah.
Oh, they broke up. Good. Thank God. Well, thanks someone. I guess he did. He probably. I don't know. Maybe that is a good thing for him.
Yeah, that's definitely a big life decision to make about your relationship without including your partner in that decision.
Yeah. Well, and I think the shittier part is when it comes to something like this is like, if you make that decision, because ultimately it's a decision for himself.
Sure.
But then the onus is on him to break up with his girlfriend.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
not be like, oh, it's up to you now.
It
Should be, here's my positions. I know that's going to be incongruent, or talk about it.
right.
But I'll break up. We can break up if this. But the fact that he like shirks the responsibility or the like, like the responsibility of being the one who's making them break up pretty much.
Now, I hate to just be the anti-capitalist fucking hate brigader here, but do we fear this is just happening because he doesn't have a third space and he moved away from where he had a community? He feels like he no longer has a community, and he goes to one wedding and he's like, whoa, did you know you could hang out with friends?
Yeah.
What the fuck? It's like when you go on like a destination wedding or like even like a vacation with friends, you're just like, fuck, we should move to Tampa.
Yeah. And said,
We
no
need-
one's ever said that, but yeah.
We need, no one wants to move to Tampa. Let's move to Clearwater and join Scientology. Scientologists don't come for me, please. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's like everybody gets this when it's like you go do something fun and you're like, I wish it could just be like this all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know. It's I guess if finding religion again is good for you, I guess whatever. I don't want to yuck your yum.
I do. I'll yuck your yum.
Yeah, but I think you're just you're basically you don't have joy in your life, and you're like, oh no, I finally felt happy for once, and I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like a lot of people's third places used to be and obviously still are church, and like that's the thing is like organized religion and church can be very, very
Community's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
very, very good for a community and everything. But like obviously there's so many different caveats and like, you know, I think isn't a controversial statement. It shouldn't be. Any religion pushed to its conservative ends is gonna be fucking destructive, and like I think that's part of the reason that the girlfriend in the situation feels so crazy is because she's an ex-mo.
Yeah.
And Mormonism is a very conservative, very traditional and in air quotes like strict
like,
religion, like even like stricter or in some here or there whatever with like Catholicism. Like there's when you meet a really strict Christian, and I'm speaking about Christians because we're in a Christian primarily focused nation. I also grew up Christian. It's fucked up. It's like you look at it, it's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was about loving God, not like all this extra bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like all the rules that are obviously slanted towards or slanted against, women traditionally and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like I've talked about it 100 times now where it's like, I know so many people that are like in the like fucking rave scene that are in their like early 30s, late 20s that like are too old to fucking go to raves all the time now. And they like turn to like these new like mega churches because they like, and one of them like went to rehab, they went to AA and found God, and now they're like the DJ at the mega church, and they invite all their fucking rave friends that like kind of are lost in their 30s because they're like, all my rave friends, I'm too old to go out and rave anymore, so now where are all my friends? Oh, they're all at the mega church. Let me go join mega church.
Especially in rural areas like ours, there's no other third space.
Yeah.
It's either a bar, a restaurant, or church.
Yeah.
Like that's
You're either alcoholic or
Catholic.
a Catholic. Yeah.
Yeah.
They pronounce it Catholic, but yeah.
and it's really difficult to find somewhere that gives you that sense of community that you're able to make friends as adults in these rural areas. Like I got a TikTok not that long ago about basically someone looking for the community and friendship that can be associated with church, but without the religious aspect of it. And so many people were like, oh, we have this place, this, all these places, and it's all in the city. And I was like, that would be wonderful. I would love to do something like that, but we don't have anything like that
You
here.
gotta be the change you want to see.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this is one of the boons of the internet, and obviously it comes with its own drawbacks, but like you can find so many cool communities online. Obviously it's not the same as like being in person, but like the stupid fucking discourse happens, it seems like every year there's like a cycle when a lot of like reality TV shows are popping off, like The Bachelorette and The Bachelor. It's like dudes making fun of girls for like being hyper invested in these shows, and then when it's like sports seasons and like they're all flying, it's like girls making fun of their guys for like being hyper invested. And it's like being a sports fan is a way to be in a community, like just straight up like when we were in Punta Cana, there was like a basketball game on, and I don't watch basketball, but it was the final like minute and it was a close game, and we were all just like, hell, like I know the rules vaguely, let's just go and cheer, and like you get to hang out with people and like people you don't know just being like, let's go, and like you're excited, right?
At
like,
sports bar. The name of the bar was Sports Bar.
Yeah. But like those are moments where it's like, you know, we don't get that a lot in how disconnected our world has been.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, like I've started to try to make it, I'm the guy now. I try to make it a point to say hi to people when I'm walking.
Wow.
And
That's a big step for you, Josh.
Well, because I normally didn't freaking give a shit. But now it's like Rora's off work for the summer. And so we're walking in parks and stuff. And so we start counting like through at how many people say yes or no. And like today we went 3 for 3.
Good
so
job.
That's not bad.
You're gonna get your regulars, and you're just gonna start getting invited to places, Josh.
That's what I'm saying, and that's how you make adults as friends. What? If you liked that episode, folks. Anything else? Want to add?
Oh, no. Go ahead.
We're gonna do another hour over on Patreon.com. That's Judgies Pod, and I already forgot I have a crazy fucking story.
Oh, baby.
I have a crazy story. You don't want to miss it. That's patreon.com/Judgies Pod. Also on Thursday, of course, every single Thursday. Episode 3 of the Not Advice podcast will be out on this Thursday. Go ahead and give it a listen in the other 2. Shorter, tighter.
If you need
Just as much fun.
If you need some advice that's not going to get answered, dial 850 Judgies.
Let me tell you, episode 2, the Rod Blagojevich episode.
Oh.
Yeah, you won't see that coming. Even though I just told you about Rod Blagojevich, you still won't see it coming.
And follow us online wherever the fuck you are online. That's Judgies Pod.
Yep.
Sorry,
That's
stole your
okay.
thunder.
That's all right.
Will I hit it? I was licking my lip. I was wetting my chops too much.
Your whistle was wetted.
Ew.
What?
Your whistle was wettened?
Yeah, that's the past participle of wet.
No.
Wote.
Definitely not. The Judgies love you.
Bye.